If you've ever wanted to start swinging, but you are scared that you both might feel too much jealousy and envy, then this video is for you. I'm going to share with you my advice on how to understand jealousy and give you some top tips on how to enjoy swinging without feeling too much envious and jealous emotions. My name is Rosie Kay, and I'm an ethical, non-monogamy and swinger lifestyle coach for couples and for singles who want to start in the alternative lifestyle. On my blog, ThisKindaGirl.co.uk, I aim to banish the stigma about ethical non-monogamy and who swingers really are. So, jealousy and understanding jealousy and overcoming a lot of these emotions, it is something I have had quite a lot of personal experience of. I haven't always been Rosie Kay, ethical non-monogamy expert, swinger lifestyle coach. I used to be hugely jealous and hugely insecure. But what I've learned over the last 10 years that I've been in the swinger lifestyle is that there are ways in which you can begin to overcome a lot of these emotions. Now, I'm not saying I am 100% jealousy and envy free, because jealousy and envy is a very natural emotion. But what I am going to say is that I have learned how to manage these things and how to actually put them on hold, put them on a back burner and process my emotions and work with them as opposed to work against them. So this video is going to be a lot about how you can do that as well, and some techniques that I have implemented over the years to help me achieve what I have today. So first of all, we need to talk about what is jealousy. So as I said, jealousy is 100% a natural emotion. We can't help but feel it. Self-comparison and comparing ourselves to others is a very normal thing to do. Jealousy stems from self-comparison, but it's only when we respond negatively to it that it actually becomes detrimental to us and our relationships. Very often we look at other people and we draw up comparisons to base who we are, and we look at our peer group, we look at our friends, at our family, at people in our community, and we look at them and we see what they're doing and we compare what we're doing to them. And this is completely natural, normal human behavior. We all do it to some degree. But then when we look at them and we then start saying, well, they're better than us because of X, Y, and Z, you know, and we then feel negatively about our own lives and our own selves, and we look at ourselves through that lens, that's when it becomes a problem. So when we're talking about jealousy and self-comparison, I think it's really important that we understand that we all experience it, whether we are in the swinger lifestyle or not, you know, to some degree or another, we all experience it. So you can't turn it off. You can't become jealousy free. It doesn't work like that. But what you can do, as I said, is learn to manage it. So how to overcome kind of jealousy and negative emotions and envious emotions. So one of the best things that you can do, one of the things which I did, was actually talk to your partner about what it is that will make, or you think will make you feel jealous. Because sometimes when we first start swinging, it can be really hard to know what will make us feel jealous. For example, when I started, I thought, you know, seeing him having sex with another woman would make me feel jealous and insecure, and it wasn't at all. Watching my partner have sex with another woman didn't make me feel jealous. It didn't make me feel envious. It didn't really faze me. Watching him kiss another person and experience that intimacy, actually, I found a lot more difficult to deal with. So although I thought it was a lot more intimate, I thought it was acts which were going to be a lot more intimate that would kind of like be that trigger, it really wasn't at all. It was actually kind of kissing other people and sharing that intimacy, which I actually found that I struggled with. So I think the first step is, you may not exactly know what it is which you're going to get jealous about, but have an open mind, as opposed to kind of go, well, you can do that and you can't do that and you must do that, but you won't do that. So when you are drawing up those rules and boundaries, I think it's important to be mindful that it may not always pan out exactly how you envision. But if there are things which you know are going to cause for you to be upset, then certainly put things in place, whether that's only ever being part of it. You know, if you're chatting to another couple, if you're speaking to people online, then only ever doing that as a couple, or both having access to a, you know, a chat group, or both having access to a, you know, a WhatsApp conversation with other couples, etc. And both having that, you know, having that transparency can really help to put your mind at ease, because there's nothing to hide. So if that's something that which you need to do to give yourself that comfort, then make sure that you do that. You know, your rules and boundaries, they really do need to support both of you. So if it's that you only ever do your swinging, you know, look online, look on swinger sites when you're both together at a weekend or of an evening, then that's fine. That can support you both. And really working together and talking about these things, as opposed to kind of one of you acting alone and then the other one not really knowing what's going on, because that's when that jealousy can creep in. And if you're talking about kind of being physical with another couple, or being present at a club and you're worried about jealousy and worried about intimacy, again, both talking about what it is you're comfortable with happening, whether that's both approaching a couple together and talking to them together, both being present in a room if you're going to swap with a couple, or only engaging in soft swap with a couple, whatever it is that makes you both feel comfortable and secure, that is what needs to happen. Another thing that you can do to overcome a lot of jealousy is look at what you have and find comfort in that. There are many people out there, guys and girls, who would love to experience non-monogamy, who'd love to go to clubs, who would love to have that experience of swapping partners or having a threesome or whatever it is you want to do. But a lot of people, it only will ever remain a fantasy, because they simply don't have the ability to do that in their relationships. Perhaps they're never going to have the conversation. Perhaps they're never going to have the courage to, you know, speak about what it is they want. Perhaps their partners are completely against it, and then they decide that they're not going to pursue it. If you're able to talk about sex and intimacy, and you're able to facilitate these things in your relationship, that is something to be cherished, and that is something to be celebrated. So yeah, you may feel envious about certain things, you may get jealous, but look at the positives and look at what you have got. You know, I wish I didn't feel jealous when I saw my partner kissing somebody else, but I do. I can't help that. But that's only one small thing compared to all the other hundreds of things that we can do, which I don't get jealous about, and vice versa. So really look at the positives and look at the, you know, how far you've come since you first met. You know, nobody can replace your partner. If you have that security and you have that type of relationship, then that is something to be cherished. Something I hear very often from people in the swinger lifestyle, and when they want to get into the lifestyle, they say to me, there is nobody else who they want to go on that journey with. And especially this comes from married couples, so they want to open up their relationship, they want to start swinging. They say to me, there's nobody else I want to do this with. Now that to me says they are very much secure with their partner, they're very much secure in their relationship, and they don't want to start that journey with anyone else, because it simply wouldn't be the same. So if your partner says this to you, or if you want to talk to your partner about it, this is a really positive thing that you can say. There is nobody else who they would do this with, because it's very much about them enjoying it as a couple. It's about you guys enjoying the experience together. And one of the other things that you can do to overcome your jealousy is, and I know this is an uncomfortable one, is actually talk about it. There have been experiences when I've, you know, been with somebody and we've swapped and we've had an amazing time and I thought it was amazing, and they've come to me later and they've gone, Rosie, you know, I didn't actually enjoy that as much as I thought I would. I experienced some jealousy, I experienced some envy, and although it may be uncomfortable to talk about, and although they may not want to talk about it and I may not have wanted to kind of hear it, it is essential that you do, because the longer you leave these things, the more they niggle away and they almost fester in a person's mind, and you actually end up becoming built up to much more of a thing, if you like, than it needs to be. If you're actually able to talk about these things and go, look, you know, I wasn't really cool with that. I didn't really enjoy it as much as I thought I would. I actually felt quite envious. I felt a little bit jealous, and I'd really like to talk about it so it doesn't happen again, or I'd like to talk about it and we put something in place. This is a much more healthy way than either just ignoring it or just kind of like being defensive about it. No, I could have turned around and got defensive, go, well, I'll enjoy that anyway, regardless of what you want, and it's what I wanted, and you know, you should respect that. But instead I was like, okay, well, I did enjoy it. You didn't enjoy it as much as you thought you would. So let's find a middle ground. Let's find a compromise, and let's find a way that we can both enjoy it. So you don't feel envious and I don't feel bad for enjoying it. And that's a really important step. So after you've had an experience that perhaps you, and it doesn't matter whether it's kind of like a full swap scenario, whether it's talking to other people online or going on a vanilla date, if those envious thoughts and that jealousy creeps up, then the best thing to do is verbalize it and talk about it as soon as you can, and work together and really look at the bigger picture. You want to continue this journey. You want to continue being in the swinger lifestyle. How can you make that happen whilst also respecting each other's boundaries and what it is you want to enjoy? I hope you found this video informative. I hope you found it useful to you, and I hope I have uncovered a lot of ways in which you can manage jealousy. And I think it's really important. I think one of the biggest takeaways is that you can't overcome it and you can't completely knock it on the head. But what you can do is work with jealousy and with these emotions that come up in your relationship. Now, if you want to find out more detailed advice, like the one I've just given you, if you want to find out more detailed advice and listen to me do a bit of a deep dive on a topic and talk about ways in which you can have a successful swinger or ethically non-monogamous relationship, then you can do. I've actually written a guide called The Complete Guide to Ethical Non-Monogamy. And it covers everything from going from a monogamous relationship to having a successful swinger relationship, and all the steps you need to take. You can find it on my site, ThisKindaGirl.co.uk. If you want to join me for more workshops, if you want to listen to my podcast, if you want to listen to my video, watch my video, then you can do in my TKG club, which is where I share with my members my very best advice on swinger relationships, on successful relationships, on how to find swinging clubs, how to talk to couples, all these topics you will find information on, and it's only for members. Thank you very much for watching my video. Do please visit the description below to find all of the links, and I shall see you next time.